Hey viewers, if you want your stories, experiences of infidelity, breakup, cheating, to be narrated and get featured to others in our Mr. Cool's Planet community, feel free to submit your stories to the mail given in description. Either way, please don't forget to subscribe if you like the channel. Let's go.
Hello, and welcome to today's exploration of the world of storytelling. We are excited to have you join us on this journey of the mind and spirit. So, let us set forth on this adventure together and see where it takes us. Story 1. I caught her flirting and in lies. But I'm the crazy one. I caught my fiancé flirting with other guys on Messenger. My heart is hurting even more because of her reaction to it, laughing in my face. I have never hit a woman. But I came close multiple times last night, and I have great shame about it. But my heart is broken, I don't know what to do and to make things even worse. We now work together. After confronting her and telling her I can forgive her and we can work on this, if she takes accountability and just deletes the guys she knows wants nothing more than to fuck her and respect our relationship. She deflects and tells me I want her to delete all her male friends. I don't want her to have social media or a phone. I broke down wondering if I am crazy for wanting her to have boundaries in our relationship. I spent roughly 3 hours on and off crying. She just lays there. I woke up this morning, and she had blocked me on Facebook. I thought she deleted it. I asked if she had, in fact, deleted it, and she said no, she blocked me. So, I told her if she's not going to unblock me and simply establish boundaries with people, we have to discuss ending this. I love her and I begged her before I even moved here, just don't hurt me, don't make a fool of me, and if you're unhappy, tell me so I can try to fix it or we can end it. Instead, she did the opposite. She even denies that I saw what I saw. She looked me dead in the face and used air quotes, and when I quoted word for word, I gave her dates of the conversation. She just grinned like a fool. I apologized for looking on her page, but I not only feel justified. I was justified because I found that I was not crazy. I found that I wasn't overthinking. I have so much hurt and rage intermingling right now that I'm afraid to go home after work. I came so close to striking her until I couldn't stop. She laughed at my pain. She saw me crying. She heard my words. And she laughed at me. I shared with her me nearly being raped by some random young adult when I was 9 years old, and she throws it in my face saying I'm probably gay. I've done everything to be a father figure to her child, and she complains I don't do enough. My hurt. My love. My life. I don't know what to do right now. If I leave work and go home, I don't know what I'll do. I don't know what I'll do. I'm hurt. I am tired of being hurt, and she just laughed at my hurt. Why? Who does that? What kind of cruel, sadistic, heartless ass tells someone they want a man to treat her as more than a wet hole? To tend to her and give her the support, love and attention she had been denied all her life. And knowing I feel the same. Am I crazy? Dude. She is evil. You don't see it yet, but the universe did you a favor by removing such a toxic, ugly presence from your life. She's going to screw up her kid. I feel incredibly sorry for anyone's path she crosses. Story 2. Well, I left last night. I left last night with my dog. I packed as many of my belongings as I could fit in the tiny little luxury car I never wanted to put in my name. We couldn't afford it comfortably, but I had great credit. Not sure can keep paying it myself now. I left so abruptly, I didn't think about where anything I might need to use might be on my drive up north from the south. I'm only 98% sure I didn't forget anything important, irreplaceable, but I had to leave a lot. I left the room a mess. Over the next few days, weeks, months, I have a lot of figuring out to do. I'm absolutely terrified. I feel horrible. My boss is leaving the country on Saturday, so I am leaving at a shit time for him and my STBXH, but I needed to get out of there. Both of them pleaded with me to stay, but I was firm that I absolutely cannot. Payday is today and I'm now 2 states away. I left work yesterday after an argument with him. We worked together, just us and the owner. He followed me out and tried to prevent me from leaving. When he moved out of the way, he threw his phone at the car, shattering it, and probably damaging something on the car, and that was when I knew I had to leave immediately. I need to finish paying off his and his mom's phones before I can cancel their plans. I am owed thousands of dollars from helping his family with this and that, and I helped his brother and godfather finance their vehicles. He gets irritated with me for asking him to handle getting payments and getting the vehicle loans transferred out of my name. He knows I want to leave. He didn't know I have been trying to save to get out, but he knew that I wanted out, and I wanted a clean break where he would understand that all I wanted was the car. He didn't want me to leave with the car that he has been paying for, but is under my name. We lived in an at-fault state, but I needed the car to leave, and he has a lot more to lose if I file an at-fault divorce. Took the presentation of the reality of our situation as a threat. I never wanted to destroy his life and still don't, but I have been pleading with him to understand me, because I should and could, but I have a huge bleeding heart, so I can't and won't. He's probably going to do it himself anyway, but I never want that for him. Every time I bring up any topic that weighs me down, he gets mad and refuses to talk about it. He knows I am trying to work on my mental health, and I recently started getting treatment for my bipolar disorder. He has been calling me a crazy psychotic, be more, go take your meds, etc. He hasn't been sleeping well for months and has been sleeping at work, and I have been covering for him because I have had to make ends meet. I know his health is very bad, and I have tried to get him to get the help he needs, but he never wanted to help himself before it got worse, and it has. Everything is such a mess. I feel more clear-headed now, but it all just sucks. I still feel bad that he is feeling bad, and I still want him to be taken care of, but I cannot be the person to do it anymore. Leaving felt like a whirlwind. I didn't say goodbye to anyone. I wish it didn't have to be like that, but I didn't feel safe anymore. I made the choice to start taking better care of me now. I have very little money saved, a massive pile of debt, and no idea what the hell I am doing other than driving for another 16+ hours to get to my family. There are so many loose ends. I'm terrified. I'm upset. I hope it gets better, even if it gets worse first. I hope I made the right choice. Man. It's good to get out your feelings. Take a breath and relax. Be safe while driving, don't try to get home in one sleepless drive. Could you provide a little background on your life and situation to help commenter provide their perspective on your situation? It sounds like you needed a break from things, but I'm not sure what they are. Story 3. A woman I'm dating posted my picture on a cheater's page. I met Danielle on a dating app and we immediately hit it off. Conversation was super easy for us, so we swapped numbers and spent the next 2 weeks texting and talking on the phone. I explained early on that I want to take my time because not only am I looking for something serious, but also have work commitments the next few months. I work in tech product sales, which can be very busy and also involve me leaving the city for a few days at a time. She said she understood and was also looking for something long-term. Great. We met the weekend before Valentine's and had a nice restaurant date following by dessert and coffee. We finished with a kiss and I walked her back to her car. It was definitely the best date I've been on since my last relationship. The next day I called her to say I was looking forward to seeing her again and would plan something when I get back. I live in a major North American city and from the 15th-17th I was booked 3 hours away for on-site client meetings. I told her about this and let her know we'd keep in touch. On the Friday I'm due to get back, I get a MSG from a close female friend asking who I pissed off. I have no clue what she's talking about. She sends me a screenshot of my photo on what looks like a FB page and tells me it's a private group where women call out men for cheating. It's called, "Are We Dating the Same Guy?" And this particular group is just for people from my city. In the screenshot multiple people are posting under my picture with mostly harmless comments like, "Oh, I went on a date with him years ago, he was okay," but there were others like, "PM me for the tea," and one woman said, "He's an angry asshole, stay away for your safety." Because it's FB, I instantly recognized her name as someone I went on a date with last summer who I had to block after she repeatedly tried to sell me her cat. Absolute lunatic. A few things about me: I am single, I have never been married, and my last relationship was over a year ago. I am very selective, and Danielle was the first date I'd been on since the end of summer. I am also a very private person. I don't use social media and I don't kiss and tell. The fact that my photo is on this site is mortifying. What makes matters worse is when I got home I started getting texts from a bunch of other people I know, either laughing at me or calling me a womanizer. As of now I'm aware that several female friends have seen it, one coworker, my sister, and a woman I know who lives in the same building as me that excitedly grabbed me when I was leaving this morning to tell me, "I saw you on that Facebook group." Apparently it's a lot more popular than I realized. There's only one person who would have the motivation to do this, so I called Danielle on the weekend and asked her. Initially she denied it, but after some prodding that flipped to apparently her friend posting it. Why? Because a few of them had gotten tipsy together on Valentine's, as they're all single. My name came up after her friends asked why she wasn't with me that night after the great date she'd told them about. Apparently me not being around as I was leaving early the next morning for work was suspicious, as was the fact we'd been talking for multiple weeks but she'd never seen my place. She gave them a pic I used on the dating app and one of them posted it. She told me she was sorry but that I seemed too good to be true. Her last relationship ended due to cheating and she wanted to make sure I wasn't married or in a relationship. I told her I needed some time to think and would be in touch. That was Saturday. We've been silent until today, where I woke up to dozens of messages from her saying things along the lines of, "I'm so sorry, I'm so angry with myself for this," and then the real truth. It was her that posted it. She wanted to come completely clean and apologized for lying, telling me she panicked when I confronted her but she wants it all out now. She sent me screenshots unprovoked of the PM conversations she was having with women in the group about me. Aside from the one head case I mentioned earlier, there was nothing accusatory, but what I couldn't get over was how they were discussing me in such an open manner. It had nothing to do with whether I was single or cheating. It was stuff like, "He took me to this restaurant, he drives this kinda car, this is what he's like in bed, this is what his place is like, this is how much money I think he makes." I would never talk about exes or people I've dated like that. And if a guy tried to talk to me about Danielle like that, I'd think he was a fucking weirdo and tell him to stop. My two closest female friends are divided on this, so I'm here for advice. One thinks that women need to protect themselves against predators and violence, and groups like this are necessary. The other is angry on my behalf because the presumption of men being posted to that group or that they're cheaters are sketchy, otherwise why would anyone even post them there? I really don't know what to do next. I've never had to deal with anything remotely like this before. I like Danielle but it was one date. She also lied to me about it at first. This seems like a headache and we've never even had sex yet. Is she going to get even more paranoid after that? It doesn't feel like we're compatible. This feels like the past 3 weeks of us talking have been one massive waste, and that actually stings because she's the first person I've really liked since my ex. After 2 days. No, I am not Patrick or David or Eric or Pascal or Brett. Thank you for the PMs asking. As much as I'd like to be a Brett since that was my favorite wrestler as a kid, it's concerning that these MSGs imply this seems to be happening so much that the identities can be confused. I don't care if you think my close female friend violated the sanctity of your super cool secret girls only club. As she told me, her loyalties are to me. She's known me since I was a child and knows that I didn't deserve to have my photo plastered there. I understand that those groups may be necessary in keeping women safe or finding predators, but their moderators should go harder in ensuring that it meets those goals rather than running a de facto gossip club where innocent people's personal lives are affected. I've had dozens of people reach out with very similar experiences, so perhaps your rules should reflect that rather than just, "Keep boys out." The lunatic who wanted to sell me her cat. He seemed like a cool dude, but I just wasn't in the market for a pet. He also only had 3 legs, which made him run like a drunken sailor. All cats deserve love. I hope he got away from her. Some of you, alarmingly, struggle with concepts of consent. I consented to my photo appearing on a dating app. I did not consent to my photo appearing in a "Is this guy trash?" group. These are not the same, and the stigma and assumptions associated with both are vastly different. I really shouldn't have to explain this, but here we are. Regarding me not realizing how big this group was. 3 of the women in my life all found out about it the same way. On Valentine's Day a radio show ran a segment on it, then it got picked up by blogs and social media. It's even appeared on local television. My friend saw it on Twitter. Another saw a "This guy was dating 12 women" post that got shared and decided to investigate. My sister was texted by her friend about it. And when they all rushed to check the group out, there I was. Great timing. It currently has over 50k members. Anyway, moving on. I decided not to pursue things with Danielle. She took the post down during our radio silence, but it mainly boiled down to just not seeing her in the same light anymore. I can accept that she is genuinely sorry, but I also know how I am, and it wouldn't be fair to either of us. This is supposed to be the honeymoon period. Everything is supposed to be light and cute. Now it's just suspicion and resentment. Not gonna lie, that period between when we first started talking to when I went away on my trip was really great. I looked forward to talking to her. When I would see a text I got butterflies. When we kissed it felt electric. Some people said what she did was such an obvious red flag they were questioning why I was even hesitating. The reason is that I haven't felt like this in some time. My last relationship lasted 5 years, and after we broke up I legitimately wondered if I could find that spark again. Especially after trying dating apps here and there and not having much luck finding the right person. I do want to feel that spark again and find my person, but holding on to something that already has these problems before it even starts is the wrong move. Instead, I'm simply happy I got to experience it. Now I know it's out there and possible again, just not with Daniela. But I'll be honest. I did wake up today thinking, hey, you never know, maybe couple months down the line I'll think different and maybe we'll go grab a drink. And then I saw she'd texted me. To preface, before I left the city for work she sent me a photo with a MSG, "Don't forget about me." It was her in a bikini on a summer beach blowing a kiss. She's quite chesty. So it's not exactly SFW, but there was no nudity. I opened today's text, which reads, "Hey, hope I'm not disturbing you, but I'd like to ask you to delete that picture I sent and do not share it with anyone." What the fuck? I replied, "The only copy of that picture is in our chat thread. Do you seriously have this low an opinion of me?" To which she apologized and said she was just making sure. Fine. At first I was annoyed, but then I realized the most important thing, it was a reminder I'd made the right decision. So I made another and deleted her number. Brother. As someone who's been cheated on, I understand Danielle's insecurity and trust issues. The fact that she took it out on Op after one date shows that not only is she nowhere close to ready to date, but she also is giving her ex way too much power. And so we come to the end of our journey for today, dear friends. We hope that the story we shared has left you with a sense of wonder, introspection, and connection. Remember, every story has the power to touch our hearts and to bring us closer to one another. We encourage you to continue exploring the world of storytelling and to share your own stories with the world. Thank you for joining us on this adventure, and we look forward to embarking on new journeys together soon. Until then, keep dreaming and keep exploring.